did in Game 4. Trying to take that next step into just taking it one game at a time, having a lot of patience, staying motivated, staying encouraged. It's a long series. We can make it a long series if we just, do the right things. We have a small margin of error, and we're going to make sure that, that margin stays small.
Luka said he wanted to bring the fun back to the game. How much fun was that, and how do you get that on the road?
Oh, man. It was a lot of fun, being around a home crowd, having a lot of energy in the arena, and just doing the things that just kind of like, made the game fun. You put a lot of love into the game, it gives a lot of love back. So just trying to stay consistent in those areas, what we succeeded in, and just how we were there for each other, how we picked each other up, just staying positive, That game we were playing desperate. We didn't want to go home. We was trying to make just something, just give us some type of life. And I think that's what we did last game.
You had that moment where you blocked Jayson on the three-point line, forced the foul on him, you're kind of banging the ground, pumped up. But what's that moment like for you? And what did that kind of sequence do for you personally, where you're scoring 6 straight points there, making that play?
It just brought me back to life. In all honesty, I felt like I had a terrible start. I didn't really get to the point of playing until I think maybe like the third, just because of the simple fact of just like the mistakes that I made out on the floor, which, obviously, like at the end of the day, I'm never going to complain whenever they make that change, when it's like taking me off the floor when I'm not out there being at my best. So it's just, scored a couple of baskets, down the stretch, got the block, and it was just a lot of energy at the time, because I felt like I was actually doing something to impact helping the team win. So it was just, a breath of fresh air, I would say.
Yeah, how do you feel like you and some of the other role guys kind of like figured out your place in this series and contributed in that game? I felt like across the board, a lot of you guys and some of the other guys off the bench really got going there.
Just with the span of games that we've had throughout this series, I felt like last game I sensed that we were the most comfortable. We wasn't really just worried about, the mistakes or anything like that. Maybe I was worried about mine at the beginning, but just throughout the game, just seeing how guys were playing and just, the energy and the effort that was given out there on the floor, it would have been, a big slap to the face to those guys if I would have never came out and did the same thing. So I would say when it came to just, like I said, it's just we got comfortable for sure, just playing and just having fun with the game, doing the right things.
How much are you guys following the lead of Luka?
Oh, I don't think he really said anything to the refs as much last game, so it just shows that he's taking that step in the right direction. We got to be able to do the same thing, when it comes to the path of success, it's a lot of failure in that. So you have to just, use those failures just as a lesson to just really just go down that path, to keep going, and just, just find some type of way to just be better than the last.
Have you had that moment of reflection where you go back to like draft night when you were probably supposed to be a first-round pick, slipped into the second, and now like see how your career sort of come full circle here? Have you had those reflection moments during the playoffs in this series?
Not lately. I would say living in the past when it comes to something like that, I feel that will pull me further away from the game than where I'm at right now. I don't really worry about just like how my journey started off. I want to worry about how I finish my journey. That's the main thing.
What are you expecting from them here?
I'm pretty sure, it's a lot of frustration. They're going to be pissed off when they come here. They're going to be around their home crowd. Our main thing is just really just stay together. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere. There's going to be a lot of things thrown at us. We just have to stay together, stay, happy with the game, and just go out there and just give it our all at the end of the day.
How much fun is that?
It's real fun, Our backs are against the wall right now. Like I said, taking it one game at a time, that puts us in a position to where, we have to play our best basketball for a full 48 minutes.
I feel like there's something you figured out about their defense. I feel like especially they've taken away the lobs from you guys early in the series. They kind of got some of that, and, the things you guys do back in that last game. What did you figure out about their defense in that game?
I would say we were just out there playing ball, figuring out on the fly, making the right adjustments. I wouldn't say that, I really can't say with that one.
Yeah, the lobs specifically, though, what do you think has kind of limited some of those, and how do you get those back in that last game?
They're a team that switched 1 through 5. Once we find ways around that, the sky's the limit for us.
Hey, Daniel. I have a different question about the season. Can you tell us top 3 trash talkers in the NBA right now? And
top 3 trash talkers?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a big one. I really can't even put names on it. It's a lot of guys that I've been around that talk a lot of trash. But I think a lot of guys that I've been around that talk trash more of just like with, their body language, their persona. We can throw PJ in there since he missed the stand-up business.
Derek said Luka. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I give him that. You know, I would say he's for sure. I'll say he's number one.
Pat Bev said Derek too. You know?
Pat Bev said Derek.
Yeah.
That's crazy coming from Pat Bev too. That's the craziest thing ever. I can't really put names on it though. I've been around a lot of guys that talk trash, so it would have to be a bigger list, I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful there.